Welcome to the Leo Zagami Show special. Anybody tuned in? It is, of course, late at night in the rest of the world. Here in California is simply 30 minutes after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And with my beautiful wife, Christy, we are here.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. We stopped using PayPal. We stopped using PayPal. Christy, do you want to explain why we stopped using PayPal?
They banned you.
Yeah, they banned me, they banned you too.
Yeah.
They banned basically the Zagami family from PayPal. So the only way you can contribute to this live show is with Cash App, our new favorite. And of course, we still have Fundly. So welcome everybody to this incredible Leo Zagami show full of interesting news. I show this video, but actually I should show the video a little bit.
Oh, they can't see it?
No, because they couldn't see it. So maybe like this, so they can maybe if they see it, they get to get more.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Mm.
Why is it horrible?
It's dark.
It's dark. It's dark. It's macabre. It's rather dark. Huh? Mm-hmm. But that's how it is. The news of the day is very dark.
My butt's in my face.
Oh no! All great. Can you hear us loud and clear, ladies and gentlemen? The mic is on. It's on. Everything seems on. Yes. Okay then. Okay, yes, we fix it. We remove it. That's it.
Okay, remove it.
Remove it! Okay, so guys, I'm sure that thousands of people will follow this video in the next few days. We had top secret Leo Zagami blocked for a week because of our last video. Christy, how was your first experience with being censored on YouTube?
That was terrible. It was doing really well, and then it was gone.
It was gone. Then it was gone.
I know why, but we won't say.
We can only imagine.
Let's not even talk about it because I don't want this one being banned too.
Is it to do with the country where you used to live when you were a little girl?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Jawohl.
Okay. So Thursday, the 9th of December, 2021. First news in Jussie Smollett. How you pronounce that name? Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. Guilty. He's guilty. He's been finally condemned for his farce. He tried, as we all know, to employ a couple of Nigerian crooks to stage a race-baiting hate attack to boost his career, which was going a little bit down the drain. And now, I guess the rest of his career will be in jail. But do these people really go in jail? Because when they have so much money, they always get away with anything and everything.
Does he really have that much money, though?
Well, I mean...
Seems like a desperado.
Jussie Smollett was convicted today, Thursday, of staging the hate crime, nearly 3 years after he claimed that these two gentlemen, which I want to show you, I want to show you who these two gentlemen he was collaborating with were. I mean, once you see them, you get a whole idea of... And remember also that Jussie Smollett is very close friend with Don Lemon, who seems to be probably the next one who's going to be kicked out of CNN. I mean, they kicked out Chris Cuomo, and now maybe the next one is going to be Don Lemon. But did Don Lemon... Here we have these two Nigerians. Look at them. Jussie Smollett employed them nearly 3 years ago. So they could... He told the police, two Trump-loving bigots. They don't look like Trump-loving bigots. They don't even look like... oh, sorry, guys. The publicity. Give a heart. Give it with all your heart. Guys, I mean, Jussie Smollett, really, what a character. I know that you don't know him as an actor, but he's quite known. And he was very much, Kamala Harris was actually standing with Jussie Smollett when he faked this whole thing.
Imagine that.
Crazy, completely crazy. Will he go to jail? That's what my question. Will these people ever go to jail? Let's see what's going to happen. He might enjoy jail time. Okay. You know why?
I don't know.
Because jail, maybe he likes, if he liked those two Nigerian guys, nice and rough, he might like the jail too, no? So, welcome to the Leo Zagami show. 80 minutes past the hour. We are about to show you the latest news of the day. We're going to cover a lot of things. We will do my article now, but we will actually start by showing this new sculpture, which is very close to the book of Revelation, the beast of the book of Revelation. And from there, we can definitely go into the article of today, which is all about this end time scenario, especially with the Pope. I'm talking about the latest article, which I published on leozagami.com. Some of our viewers are Italian. They don't understand this. Oh, no. Un saluto agli italiani. Can you say hello to our Italian friends in your good Italian? No, you can
Ciao
do it.
tutti.
Ciao a tutti. Da Cristi, come on. You have better Italian than Lady Gaga. No, because I saw Lady Gaga was speaking Italian. You speak better Italian. So, okay.
Dovrete letto adesso.
Stanno a dormire.
Sì.
Ecco, they're sleeping, the Italians, so no worries. The Italians are sleeping.
È molto tardi in Italia.
È molto tardi in Italia. I'm about to show you this incredible image. Tomorrow I dedicate.
Ciao Zagamiani.
Hi Zagamiani. Zagamiani are those who follow Leo Zagami in Italy. They actually have a name. The followers of Leo Zagami in Italy are called Zagamiani. Now, this statue, I mean, they removed the statue of Theodore Roosevelt the other day, and instead, look what they have placed here in front. This is basically in the headquarters of the United Nations. This bestiality, this beast. It looks like the beast of the apocalypse.
Why do they keep doing this stupid?
I know it's pretty incredible. I'm quite. It's pure evil. Some have defined it as pure evil. The Nations just unveiled this statue, which looks like the beast of the book of Revelation.
And they took down Roosevelt, right?
Well, in another part of New York City, but I mean, they take down a statue of historic importance. They are into this cancel culture. And at the same time, they replace this statue with these monstrosities that instead are meant to please the future Antichrist, who will control the world from the United Nations. The statue is very bizarre because it resembles, I mean, the beast of the book of Revelation is one of the central characters. Now, one of the strangest things, definitely, and one of the strangest statues, some have described it this way, that is just outside the United Nations headquarters in New York. I mean, some people say they could hardly believe that a statue like this was placed by the global elite in such a in-your-face kind of. I mean, it's like nowadays.
They're really in your face about everything. Though.
Yeah. Especially because the absolutely gigantic statue is called the Guardian of International Peace and Security. But we also know that in the Bible, when you start talking about peace and security, that's not such a good sign. I remember peace and security might seem like a good sign. But in Thessalonians 5:3, when people are saying everything is so peaceful and secure, then destruction will suddenly come upon them. So you see, that is for they should say peace and security, then should say, this is a passage of the Bible, Christy. Thessalonians. I know that you're not always familiar with the Bible, though you have studied in your young years when you went to Catholic school. A little bit of it. I know that you very much prefer to.
I never read it for pleasure reading. I mean, my sister did, but I haven't read it from back to front.
Okay.
I know it. I know a lot that's in it.
I will focus on this passage, though.
Have you read the whole Bible?
Well, a little bit.
Like from front to back?
From front and back, yeah, most of it, yes.
Oh, that's good.
Most of it. I must say that probably have missed a few spots. But
And which Bible did you read?
But which version?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the version that I studied was, of course, the one approved by the Catholic Church. But then you have for example, I'm less practical with the King James the version. And there is also other versions these days. So.
When I was I went to Catholic school when I was a kid, and they gave me I did like 100 hours of community service, and they gave me a Bible, and it had my name on it in gold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it went, but it was neat.
But then I have a family Bible in the other room. Like, for example, it's maybe you can go and pick up. I mean, it's a family Bible that it's not. Okay. From the Catholic. So there is peace and security. Yeah, there is peace and security. I mean, it's incredible how they have made a statue that basically is completely demonic and dedicated to this monstrosity. It's incredible, guys. I mean, it's truly incredible that they have.
Oh, you have your ticket from Rome to Washington. You kept it.
I kept it.
Oh, that's cool. He kept his ticket to America. Was that the last time?
Yes, I think it's the last time, huh?
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, and then you kept this too.
I think it's the last time, yeah.
You keep everything.
Yeah. This is historic, yeah?
Oh, look, it's your mom. No, it's your grandma. It's your grandma.
This is when we came here, huh?
That's a picture of Leo.
Historic 20.
When he was a little boy.
Just a second. Here. Zagami Leo, Rome to Washington. Huh?
Yes. Did you keep mine too? No.
Probably somewhere. Maybe you had it. Okay, this picture is very important because this is the first time I was in the United States.
Ooh, what's this?
This was the first time I was in the United States. This is me in Rhode Island. Newport, Rhode Island.
Oh, that's cool. Looks like Italy.
Okay, this is basically, no, it's not Italy. It's Newport.
Whoa, Sunday the 7th.
With my grandparents. Watch, that's my grandmother really Felicity. Cool. Then there is Henry next to me. That's me, one with the. And then there is another relative who is another cousin.
No, I want to share this.
Who used to live in the area.
Okay, wait. It's from the Cathedral Church of St. Nicholas, Newcastle. And it's the second Sunday in Advent. It's Sunday, the 7th of December, 1941. No way.
You know, this is a very old Bible, this one, actually.
Oh, that's really cool. You can
Second
smell it.
Sunday. Remember that my great-grand, I think it was a Methodist preacher. So, I mean, this is actually appointed to read in churches, this kind of Bible. Which this one. In England, So I have other Bibles, but this one is an old one. Ecco qui.
How old is that Bible?
This Bible is at least, I think, around 100 years old. Let me see. 1921, exactly 100 years old. Just a second. Let me see if I can get it. Here we are, 1921. Can you see it, guys? It's not really focusing. The focus of this camera is not that great. Let me see if I can get it better. Oh. Can you see this 1921? Here it is. Hey, the British and Foreign Bible Society, instituted in the year 1804, printed at the Cambridge University Press, 1921. So, having said that, we can now move from the.
You better hold the Bible
and do you know do you know that in this Bible I also carry the last letter that was privately sent to me by the Priory of Zion?
No, is that what that is? Oh. Un piccolo omaggio.
Natalizio. Bureau de Secretariat. Huh? The Priory of Zion.
That's creepy. That's very Da Vinci Code.
Very Da Vinci Code. Yeah, very Da Vinci Code. Okay, guys. So welcome in the apocalypse with your host Leo Zagami and co-host Christy. We could really change the name of the show and just call it the Apocalyptic. The
Chronicles of the Apocalypse.
Chronicles of the Apocalypse. Chronicles of the Apocalypse. So I have changed a lot since I came the first time in the United States. This 1982, this picture, 1982.
That is such a good year.
Huh?
That was a good year.
Was a good year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, guys.
I was in Germany.
The news. Let's go back. Otherwise, we will lose ourselves. There's so much news that we have to cover, really. And one of the most important articles of the day is actually from leozagami.com. Not because it's leozagami.com, but because this is a really relevant article, my friends. It talks about something. Okay, something happened. A couple of days ago, Newsmax made the scoop with this inside source from the Vatican, one of the most powerful cardinals. Okay, let's go into the article. Are you interested in reading it by any chance?
I'll get my glasses.
No, I can make it bigger. Watch.
You have to make it bigger.
I make it bigger. If I make it bigger, no problem. I can make it bigger. Watch, I make it bigger for you. Okay.
All right, that's
ladies and gentlemen. First of all, huh?
This.
You want the you want the microphone on the face? Yes. Okay. Okay. Welcome everybody. This is okay. Just a second. First of all, let me show my viewers who are following us on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Leo Zagami Show, the Leo Zagami Show official, because we have been blocked for 1 week. On top secret, terrible. Chris is upset, so you have to share this video and spread the word. We are still here. At least we are trying to be still here. Now, this is the article of the day, and it's a very important one. So, Christy has a beautiful voice, and she's willing to read it for you, or at least parts of it. If you want, I can read others. Which was a nice photo,
terrible.
Okay, so.
Okay, this week, a Vatican source told John Giese, chief political columnist and White House correspondent from Newsmax, that Pope Francis is dying and will not survive beyond 2022. Of course, one must be very careful with this kind of shocking news, which was not reported by any other news outlet since Newsmax published it on the 7th of December, 2021.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest article. You can still find it, actually, heading leozagami.com, which is the site I use to plug all my articles. Now we were continuing with this article and the voice of my splendid wife, Christy.
Hey, stop. However, we also must admit and keep in mind that John Giese is a very credible source, journalistically speaking, who has been defined as the man who knows everyone in Washington. And Giese, who has appeared on countless radio and TV shows in America and Europe, is also the recipient of the William A. Rusher Award for Journalistic Excellence and was named Journalist of the Year by the Conservative Political Action Conference in 2002. For this reason, we should take Giese's source and his shocking statement on the possibility of Pope Francis dying in the next few months very seriously. And even a consummate Vatican insider like myself is Alex.
When you read consummate, is it
consummate?
It's with 2 M's, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I had written consumed on the original.
Yeah, you said, and even a consumed.
I had been consumed at that point. You corrected me. Thanks God we have Christy correcting such bestialities from your Leo Zagami.
And even a you want me to read it?
Okay.
Okay. Like myself, as Alex Jones likes to describe me, sees the shocking statement made by Giese's source as credible, mainly because it confirms what I wrote in the new Italian edition of Pope Francis the Last Pope that I published at the end of October of this year, in which I exposed the cover-up and lies about Pope Francis's colon surgery and his 10-day post-operative stay in the hospital that the Vatican tried to sell to us as a routine planned operation with no long-term consequences that only some journalists saw as a turning point in his papacy. Papacy. The Vatican's daily update made no mention of cancer being detected during an examination of the tissue removed from Francis's colon to not alarm the Catholic faithful, pressing the media to write he was instead cancer-free, and only some Vaticanists expressed concern that this surgery had been announced days or weeks in advance, as would had not been announced days or weeks in advance, as would have been customary. Okay. In the article in question published by Newsmax, Gysi writes that a secretary of one of the most powerful Vatican cardinals told him in a straightforward manner that Pope Francis is dying.
So that really implies that one of the most powerful cardinals knows about it, and what follows is all the result of this information from a very reliable source. Please continue.
Furthermore, Gysi asserts that the sources inside the Vatican do not expect Francis, Jorge
Francis Jorge
Bergoglio to see the next year, 2022, and are in pre-conclave mode.
Jeez, man, the guy has not much to live, huh?
The news was also tweeted with the phrase "Vatican preps for conclave. The Pope is dying" by Alex Salvi, the official foreign correspondent for Newsmax, stationed in Rome, who prior to Newsmax hosted a nightly primetime talk show that covered the convergence of media and politics on One America News Network.
And that is basically what we are showing, the tweet of Alex Salvi. Rambo is saying something about it? Rambo, do you have something to say about that? Well, then pick up Rambo. Vatican press for conference as Pope is dying. And so this is basically the big news. I mean, without more details, one can only speculate as to what exactly the situation is. I'm continuing, of course, reading the article. But Francis is said to be terminally ill and not expected to live another 13 months because of the expansion of the colorectal cancer, which includes the colon and rectal cancer. And let's keep in mind that the Pope was vaccinated less than a year ago, so maybe that didn't really help. The vaccine seemed to have both helped increase in his sciatica instead, condition that I talked about earlier this year, and his alleged cancer. For this reason, leozagami.com wants our readers to know once again that the next Pope will be Ghanaian Cardinal Peter Turkson, as the conclave has been already rigged in his favor by Pope Francis. Now, what this news that I'm giving is of course to be proven, but if it is confirmed, Leo Zagami will of course at that point finally be accepted for his prophetic.
Finally, I think you're accepted.
For my prophetic visions of the future. Rambo! Okay, guys, this is the Leo Zagami show, and for those who are following us on Facebook and YouTube, please share this video. Why not? Rambo, what do you think about it? They should share this video. Yeah? I heard you have a profile on Facebook. Huh? Isn't that the case? Do you have a profile on Facebook? Tell me. He doesn't want to talk about it. No. Okay, so they haven't banned him yet. That's good. Okay, he only posts Chihuahua stuff. Yeah. He's pretty innocent. We are, of course, going through the news of the day, this news of the Pope. Now, what do you think will happen to the Pope? Will he go to hell when he finishes his time here?
He probably doesn't. He should stay away. He should stay alive as long as he can, because I don't know.
Because hell is not a good place.
You're not supposed to judge people. So.
You're not supposed to judge people, but definitely, I mean, he might find himself in a very bad place.
I just don't understand why he would go when he's been working so hard, for this new world order. Like, why is he going to leave the scene now? Like, it's like his project, and everybody's bowing down to him. Maybe God is intervening, God is intervening. And he's probably really scared. He's probably terrified because they don't like to die. Don't they like to live forever? That's why they're doing this kind of cyber world where cyborg kind of.
Yeah, well, metaverse. Regarding the metaverse, there is news that comes out today that basically there's been the first wedding in the metaverse. and that the prices for weddings in the metaverse, you have a wide range of prices in the metaverse. I mean,
Can you be married in this
now
to somebody in this verse and then go and marry somebody else in the metaverse? Or
no, well, let's not start now with some kinky stuff, because we haven't yet started this metaverse, and you're already transforming it in some kind. I'm talking about a proper wedding that apparently somebody celebrated in the metaverse. I found it today. Actually, I was reading this incredible news. I should have. I mean, I was pretty shocked about the fact that they have launched this new thing, marriage in the metaverse. What do you think about it?
I think that's happening pretty quick.
It's happening.
We don't even know what it is. So.
Okay.
Must be people.
So is metaverse really the next big thing?
I don't understand this metaverse. I don't. Well, like where it's like. I don't even like Facebook. I'm not really. I won't be going there. I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find the site that marries people in the metaverse, because
what kind of people are these? I mean,
I remember.
It's so much better outside with the trees and the nature.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the news of the day. Hello to Delesmonto. Hello to Bold Fenyaman. Hello to Hemi Little. Hello to Anne Parish. Okay, now we can go into the New York Times, and we want to read about what's happened, because this is very important. I mean, this is one of the news of the day, I think. So let's view it together. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, marrying in the metaverse. See? Instead of going to Las Vegas, now you can go to the metaverse. Now, one couple recent nuptials in the virtual world, known as the metaverse, showcase the possibilities of having a wedding unfettered by the bounds of reality. She says that basically this.
Is that guy?
No. Who? No, it looks like Bezos, but no, it's not. So, for their wedding in the metaverse, Dave and Tracy Gagnon had avatars created that were based on personal photos, and the clothes they wore to their in-person ceremony. Tracy and Dave Gagnon met in the cloud. I mean,
you know what? I saw this thing.
Well, we met on the internet originally, so we shouldn't be criticizing, but meeting in the cloud, what the heck? So it only made sense that their wedding took place in it. On Labor Day weekend, the couple, or rather their digital avatars, held a ceremony staged by Virbela. Virbela is a company that builds virtual environments for work, learning, and events. Miss Gagnon avatar was walked down the aisle by the avatar of her close friend. Miss Gagnon avatar watched
this is so boring.
I mean, it's crazy.
Who cares?
How the immersive virtual world known as the metaverse, but the possibility of having an event unfettered by the bounds of reality are interesting enough to consider. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, technology is already being incorporated into ceremonies more than ever. I mean, what a sad reality really we are facing with these people, completely insane. Last year, a couple whose wedding was canceled because of the pandemic staged a non-legal ceremony with Animal Crossing, a popular video game.
This is stupid.
Jeez, people are insane. Okay, like a ceremony within a video. What?
About the ABBA, the group ABBA, because they're like relaunching themselves, but because they've aged, they don't want to show themselves on stage. They've made like this
avatars.
But it's like really close to them. Like they put all these like wires on them to like monitor like how they really move, and then they made like these people, but I don't know, it was like a thing, virtual. And so on stage, it was like a 3-dimensional, stage, whatever you call it. And then they're singing, and it's them when they're younger, but it's
this couple was actually married in person on September 4th. So then they had a real, but simultaneously hosting a virtual ceremony in Virbela. They live streamed their nuptial for those who could not be there in person. This was the wedding reconstruction, you see? With all these people dancing around. Wow, man. Crazy, eh? It's insane. Virtual wedding.
It's sad.
Sad. The event teams and social engineers Virbela, which staged the Gagnon wedding in Now, I heard that these weddings can be even as expensive as the $10,000 on. So okay, so they will have cost around 30,000 as they paid it. The representative for VBET declined to disclose a price for the event. So they didn't disclose it. Before the couple met in person, the Ravaters met at a company event in Las Vegas. We instead went to marry in Las Vegas, which is at least something a little bit more real. The Gagnons sent pictures of themselves and the wedding decor, blah, blah, blah. And, okay. Then the cost ranging from a few $1,000s, the cost, depends on what you want in the metaverse, to up to $10,000. I mean, to do what? I mean, in the virtual world, you can spend $10,000, but Mr. Perry said that the metaverse gets built up, there's going to be more plugs and play assets. And then I saw a passage of this article in which the future Miss Perry said that at least she will stay forever. She was thin in the virtual. She was thinner. She could keep herself thinner and not have to worry about, well, guys, insanity is raging in this planet of ours in the end times. No? Rambo, what do you think about it? You want to go in the metaverse? No, not interested. No, he's not interested. Rambo is my little chihuahua. Show you Rambo a little bit. But some people haven't seen it in the English-speaking world. Yeah, it's very famous in Italy. Okay. So people are getting married on metaverse. The Pope is about to leave his office to a African guy who is probably going to be the first person of color to become a pope. Oh, what can you do? The world is going towards uncertainty, and we have a lot more news because, guys, a video posted to Twitter shows the miserable scene outside of Capitol Hill Elementary School in Portland, Oregon. The elementary school students were filmed eating lunch outside, sitting on buckets away from friends in 40-degree temperature, presumably as part of the school COVID-19 mitigation policy. Now, let me show to all of you this monstrosity. Children kept in the cold, distant. Of course, they have to all be distant. And all this so they can please the draconian measures in place in that state. Can you believe it? It's incredible. I mean, we always really see the most far out news. And I must say that Oregon is pretty extreme. It's pretty libtard to the extreme. We went through Oregon, actually, when we came from Idaho into Nevada, before coming to Nevada. We went through the whole of Oregon. Here is the children. Children. Huh?
Is that you?
What?
I think we just had an earthquake.
Yeah?
I just felt something.
Don't worry about it. It's normal in California. So, guys, children kept in the cold because of this demented COVID restriction. It's really cold, this time of the year under a bridge like that. What a sad, sad world we are living in, with these lunatics in control. And of course, the chief lunatic is him, Joe Biden. But there is somebody who is even more insane, and that we fortunately avoided as president of the United States, Hillary Clinton. Now, she went on TV crying emotionally to deliver her victory speech from 2016. What a big loser. The biggest loser of all times, Hillary Clinton. Guys, let's laugh, because this, for us, at least, is a scene that we should rejoice about. She is the most sour loser in the history of losers. What do you think, Christy?
Yeah.
Let's watch together, and then you let me know what you think of her victory
Oh,
speech.
you have to watch the whole thing.
Well, I mean, people should watch it to see how desperate this woman is.
I dream of going up to her and sitting down next to her, taking her in my arms and saying, "Look at me, listen to me. You will survive. You will have a good family of your own and 3 children. And as hard as it might be to imagine, your daughter will grow up and become the President of the United States."
So this was a passage of her presidential speech that she just delivered to a libtard audience. Totally pathetic, as pathetic as you can get.
I dream of going up to her and sitting down next to her, taking her in my arms and saying, "Look at me."
Why don't you disappear from the face of the earth? Go to Antarctica, go somewhere. Disappear, please! She just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. She was, of course, a special guest at Fantasy Island of Jeffrey Epstein. Amongst the many things she did in her life. We fortunately avoided, thanks to Donald J. Trump, to have her as President of the United States.
Goodness, but I don't know.
What?
No comment.
No comment. Terrible. Here's some crazy stuff, man. Okay, so this is probably one of the most funny anthems created to fight this present tyranny.
You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can stick your vaccine mandates. Stick your vaccine mandates. You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can stick your vaccine mandates. Stick your vaccine mandates. You can stick your vaccine mandates up your ass. Guys, if you see this Commodore 1GZT357, it's a couple of Ds dressed in black.
It sounds very Australian. The man with a megaphone spread the musical message in the Australian store. Let's see what happened in the Australian store. I mean, let's remember, first of all, Australia is one of the most oppressed countries in the world at the moment. So I guess that this is normal. I mean, they are reacting at least with a sense of humor. This is London. This is London. Come on, Jack, for the Brits, eh?
Stick your poison vaccines up your ass.
Stick your poison vaccines up your ass. Stick your poison vaccines. Stick your poison vaccines. Stick your poison vaccines up your ass.
I think that the revolution is spreading around the world.
Mandates up your ass. You can shove your vaccine mandates up your ass. You can shove your vaccine mandates. Shove your vaccine mandates. Shove your vaccine mandates up your ass.
This is the leader husband, Prime Minister. Okay, let's make a second pause here, because what we're about to see is the New Zealand Prime Minister. Now, let's remember what she recently said. This hideous woman, she's one of the most hideous women on the planet, if she is a woman, because I saw a video the other day. I wanted to but she had something suspicious in between her legs for real. I mean, it was bigger than the one of Michelle Obama. I don't know how that happens, but in any case, this is what in a recent talk through the internet Zoom call, the Prime Minister of New Zealand said she has big teeth, and she is really ugly outside and inside, both. She used to be a DJ, believe it or not.
Fine, so long as there's people who are eligible who haven't been vaccinated, we've got work to do. You know, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied so long as there's someone who is eligible and hasn't been. And that's why I've said this, there's not going to be an endpoint to this vaccination program. Once we're rolling out boosters now. So we've got another, wave of people that we need to make sure that we're protecting again. So those who were vaccinated 6 months ago, we really need them to come back, or we need to go to them.
We need to go to them. Okay, let's go back to the song. The revolution is spreading,
And importantly, because I know this is a question many Aucklanders have, you can now see family and friends again in their homes and use the bathroom inside. Luxury.
You can use the bathroom inside? Wow! Jeez, man, these people are completely insane. They're insane. They're insane. They're insane. Is a new anthem that goes along with, of course, Let's Go Brandon.
I like Let's Go Brandon.
Let's Go Brandon it's now a classic. We can say this is number 2, and now let's move forward as here in California, Christy. Here in California, one kid, probably somebody who really desperately wanted a pizza, gave in to the vaccination for a pizza, went back home, and of course the parent got angry. Now, the parent looks rather large herself, and maybe she was angry because she wanted a pizza too. I don't know. But in any case, let's show this piece of local news. You are, of course, watching the Leo Zagami show with Christy. Beautiful, huh? Not bad. Huh? Very nice.
I like this
Rambo.
light.
You don't like this light? How you like it?
Huh?
You want to less light?
I just hate your lights.
I know, but lights are very, very much essential when doing TV. Okay, let's watch this gentleman and what he's reporting about this corruption of a 13-year-old thanks to a pizza.
Even though the vaccine mandate for LAUSD doesn't go into effect until January 10th, some parents tell us that they believe their kids are being pressured into getting the jab.
I should have been involved.
Maribel Duarte says her 13-year-old son, a student at the Barack Obama Global Prep Academy in South LA, brought home this vaccine card after having accepted the COVID-19 vaccine at school. She says he said yes when someone offered it in exchange for pizza.
The lady that gave him the shot and signed the paper was the one that told my son, please do not say anything. I don't want to get in trouble.
LAUSD says student matters are confidential and wouldn't comment specifically, but did say it's safe schools to safe steps.
What do you expect? You send your kid to school entitled to Barack Obama in California, and of course, corruption is, the Barack Obama school. I mean, it's already...
Incentive program is meant to ensure several steps are in place for
incentive program, they call it, this corruption of the youth.
Vaccinated students to receive prizes. Duarte says she's not against the vaccine. She's vaccinated herself, but it's different with her son.
In regarding my son's health, I am against it.
Because he's got some underlying conditions that concern you?
Yes. He has problems with asthma and allergy problems.
Well, you should have never sent him to school entitled to Barack Obama. Really, it's really, well, I can't comment on this because otherwise we get banned. Sorry, guys. Because, I would like to comment, but I can't because otherwise they're going to ban us. Because these days, intelligent people, let's say intelligent things, get banned. If you are instead an idiot that promotes Satanism, that promotes nothingness, that promotes the latest idiocy from the Kardashians, then you can have a billion viewers. No worries. This is the Leo Zagami show. We have still 15 minutes before the end of the show. It's a 60-minute show, special episode. You can stick your vaccine mandate up your ass is our hit of the day. And we are moving forward with the rest of the show. One of the most important messages, and this time we have to present it in a serious way because we are talking about Monsignor Archbishop Vigano, hero of all of us, one of the few voices in the Catholic Church who has basically said in this video, I can't show you the whole video, but he basically said a few years ago, a few years, why I said a few years, a few days ago, that who fights the New World Order will be protected by God.
Dear friends, allow me to address you as you denounce the most controversial and disturbing aspect of the experimental gene serum with great and commendable commitment. Your battle for scientific truth, coupled with the increasingly coordinated action by countless scientists and doctors around the world, is opening the eyes of many people who have allowed themselves to be misled by the false promises of health authorities, by the discordant opinion of experts, and by the media propaganda. I will not go into the merits of the health issues in itself, as you are much better informed than I am. Allow me to bring to your attention some reflection, observing the entirety of what is happening without focusing on the specific details.
It's a great guy. I mean, I wish he was the Pope. Instead, we have a guy who is basically the Satan's little helper at the Vatican, false prophet, Jorge Mario Bergoglio. At least here with
it is now seems clear to me that the main purpose of this grotesque health charade is the imposition of a control system for individuals implemented through the so-called Green Pass. We know that the health passport has been designed years ago, but that in order to make it mandatory, it was necessary to create a pandemic emergency and force the population through blackmail or threat of sanction to allow themselves to be injected with an experimental drug for which the producer, the state, and whoever administers it do not assume any responsibility.
Because they don't take any responsibility. So in the end, I mean, this guy, of course, one of the few high-level clergy members in the Vatican to actually speak the truth. So we always ask for you to support Monsignor Vigano. Today, Thursday, the 9th of December, 2021, me and my wife would like to actually receive some phone calls. Why not? In the last minutes of our show, we usually do that. Of course, I mean, if you are capable of if you are interested, it would be very nice to, in some way, hear your voice. What do you think, Christine?
Sure, why not?
You want to give the possibility to our viewers to interact with us? They can maybe give us an idea of what they would like from our show, if they like our show, some questions. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay, so here we are. The number to call, it's gonna be 970-577-6369. Sorry guys, I have to put the glasses on. Okay. No. So I'm gonna open now the phone line, But first of all, let me thank all those people who have tuned in. And if you want to support us, we don't use any longer PayPal. PayPal for us is finito, finish, a thing of the past. We now use Cash App. If you want to support the Leo Zagami Show, you can donate to us through Cash App, because PayPal is part of this never-ending censorship machine, and they have basically removed permanently me and my wife from PayPal. So we ask for your support through Cash App. Is that a good thing to say?
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. What do you think? I mean, we had to move to Cash App. It was much more easy to actually go into Cash App and to set it up.
Yeah, anything's better than PayPal. I never like PayPal.
You never like PayPal, huh? Okay, so welcome to the Leo Zagami Show. Who am I talking with?
You're talking to Kevin, also known as the Bold Finian Man in Massachusetts in America.
Oh, welcome. So, fellow American, what's your question for us today? And welcome, of course, to the show again. Do you have anything in particular also you want to point out on our show format? Do you like it? Do you think it's okay?
I love your show. I love the upbeat nature of it. In dark times, darkness to light, you bring enjoyment. We see you and your wife enjoy each other. You're enjoying life. You know, we're not all morose. We know there are terrible things going on. We know there's abuses in this world. There's terrible suffering going on. But that's, we seek to address all these things, but it doesn't help to just be overwhelmed. Life is to be enjoyed. Yeah. God gave us life. We show smile and enjoy life. This is not, we are spiritual beings. We seek the afterlife, but we're not going to just live in this world and be sad, because that's how, then they are controlling us. They don't control us. If we are happy as a day, yes?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, well said. Well said. I completely agree that we are trying to smile in the face of adversity, and in a way we try to bring a little bit of encouragement also through our positivity. And I'm glad that you have appreciated this move and also our new format. So, you have any questions that you might want to have?
Is there hope? Is there white hats fighting, or is this overplayed? We have, all this propaganda. We know there's the NSA, the CIA, the MI6, the P3, laws. Everybody has intelligence playing our emotions and playing our mind. But we do believe that there's something good happening, whether it's supernatural, behind the scenes, or whatever. But looking for some ideas of the hope of right now, there is a big change going on. They're fighting over who's the current system's collapsing. Somebody's going to control the new system. They're fighting for who's going to be in charge. But is there room for hope? Or you seem to have a positive view. Like, I'm looking for like a big picture.
Yeah.
Is there some hope?
Okay, I will obviously answer first myself, then you can answer also, Christy, because your input, I'm sure, will also give an original output for this question, which I find very intelligent and very pertinent to our show. Now, I'm actually in the process of finishing my latest book, Volume 7, which will go deep into how we have to really live this great reject as a response to the occult great reset. We have our populist great reject, and of course, I will talk more about it in the coming months when the book comes out. But what I can anticipate is that my view day after day is positive, simply because I have great faith in God. Yeah. So I have left Italy. I am now in America, which is basically the last free country in the world, because Europe is finished. We don't want to end up like Europe. They of course are trying to transform America in the United Soviet States of America, but I think that's never going to happen. Instead, we're going to see more and more people taking refuge probably in small communities. Like-minded people are coming together more and more. And I think that overall we should be positive, but we have to also be realistic. We can't be overly positive. We have to understand that in the next 9 years, we're going to see a large part of the human population facing struggles, wars, famines, and nuclear, anything. I mean, we had already the virus, but that's only the beginning of this bacteriological warfare. They, as you know, want to eliminate at least 80% of the human population. But of course, if you try to isolate yourself and create, at least around yourself, a positive reality, you can at least preserve the thought form, the egregore that is around you, and generate positivity. It happened during the Second World War. There were people during the Second World War that were never really affected by the whole war, because they simply rejected the negativity of the propaganda. What was going on was very bad, of course, but they tried to isolate from the darkest aspects. Of course, it will not be possible in the modern world to do that. There is no safe haven. There will be times in which we will have to fight for our sovereignty, both as individuals and as communities. But I'm sure that like-minded people will come together more and more. And that's why I am finishing up my new book that is very much dedicated to this topic. So thank you very much for making this question, and I hope to speak to you soon again here on the Leo Zagami Show. Thank you very much. It was, of course, one of our, our viewers who really...
What about my view?
Well, yes, of course. You no. It's important that you
it's
also.
Pretty much the same.
No. I would like you to give your view before and answering the gentleman here.
It's pretty much what you said. I mean, I feel the same. Having a good faith in God and being close to God, it gives you a different outlook on everything when you have God in your heart and the Holy Spirit, and you walk every day with. But there's a lot of people that are suffering that don't know how to get close to God, and it would be nice if we could help, those people that are struggling, and they don't, it's great that, we have God, and, life's so much easier when you have God in your heart. But, I would like to help people that are struggling, that maybe never knew God, I think God loves everyone. We're all his children, and he wants us to find him, and the ones that know God should help others, to find God. That's what we're here for, to help others. So you can't just think about yourself. You have to open your heart, and
a life in the service of others is always a great life, because you are serving the higher the God.
And if I can help people, that's I think the best thing that I can do. So
thank you, Christy, for also your point of view on this delicate subject and matter that will probably be discussed for years to come on this show. We have hope. We have hope. We have hope, though we also know that we're going to have to keep on fighting, and probably the fight at one point or the other is going to get also very ugly, but that's what happens in times of war. Somebody's saying, Leo, are you doing interviews right now? I would like to set something up between you and Jesse Lee Peterson. Please contact me through my email, ordoilluminatorum@gmail.com. It's you find my email also on my website, leozagami.com, and you can also contact me on my Facebook. If not, it's always possible to contact me through my social networks. I have Facebook, MeWe, Gab, whatnot. I mean, all these different outlets we're using to actually help others, while instead the system is using them to oppress people. So it's very delicate phase here, because we are using, for example, YouTube, which is censoring everybody, including ourselves. We have just been censored for an excellent show we did Saturday, which was completely innocent. Me and my wife.
I don't know. They didn't like what we were saying.
They didn't like her. And Christy had her first experience in censorship. Welcome, Christy. Now you're a badass like me and Alex Jones.
It's not my first.
What?
My whole channel got taken down.
Ah, well, yeah, but for a show live like this, that you maybe...
Oh, yeah, live show.
Yeah, it gets blocked.
It's the only one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you block this channel, it will not be that great. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. There is a couple of a series of emergency channels that we are using to bring back the Leo Zagami show back from the ashes, like the phoenix rising back.
It's really hard.
It's not easy. It's not as easy as it used to be. Some people really have noticed how difficult it is to reestablish yourself after you have maybe had thousands and thousands of subscribers, even millions and before, and then you're left with peanuts. Once you are starting to get removed from YouTube, it's not easy, definitely. Okay, but we continue. We resist.
Maybe there's not that many of us.
Maybe it's not, but now we have around 50 people who are following us, and I'm sure they're all quality people.
That's what I'm saying.
Like-minded people who are tuned on our same kind of vibration.
I have a small group of quality people than hundreds and hundreds of people that just, don't get it. So I would rather have...
Somebody said they were living in Rome and they left in 2011. They heard the voice of God saying to leave Rome, and I mean, I completely agree. I think one of the few voices that is really talking sense from the Catholic Church and the Vatican at this time is Vigano. Some say he's in Rome, some say he's in another location, but what he says, it's definitely always agreeable with.
I like
him. Some people say, why did the Pope not excommunicate Vigano? And I repeat, you can't excommunicate somebody who has been a nuncio apostolico, basically the ambassador of the Vatican to the US, because he knows all the secrets. So it's a bit difficult. The only way you can get rid of him is whacking him. That's basically what happens. So we have...
I think that the Pope is just terrified of dying, because then he's going to have to face God.
The Pope is also...
Maybe he didn't think this. Maybe it wasn't in his plan. Maybe he wanted to retire and go to South America and live the rest of his. I don't know. How old is he?
Well, yeah, he's getting too big.
But God, he's intervening, and he's going to have to face God, and then it's going to be really, really bad for him.
And he's always saying constantly, the Italians have to welcome more and more migrants. Migrants, and now. Let me show what a migrant has done in one of the main squares in Rome, in front of where I used to go to school when I was a kid. Check this out. This is quite funny. Are you ready for this one, Christy? Because this is very funny, guys. Check this scene out. The police finds itself in front of a completely naked migrant. Now you're going you remember this square near the stazione there? And you go there. Okay, so now what is it up there? The guy with red hair. Yeah.
No, vabbè.
So somebody, of course, is having a great time watching this scene. Well, you should see now what happens. I mean, the police tries in every way possible to chase him and block him. And they are not very lucky initially. And the guy is completely naked. With his ding dong hanging out in the center of the room. Here he is. Check this out. Well, this guy.
Questo sta male.
He has red hair.
Really
Red, huh? The police. It's really cold too.
No!
Oh God, the fascist police of Italy, of course, treating him like an animal. sparata. Io per il guy, the policeman. I'm sure after they let him go. Can't believe, guys. I used to go to school in front of that, in front of the square. Piazza Sile. Wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Chrissy, did you enjoy today's show?
Yeah.
We had over 60 minutes.
We're going to be back on Saturday on Aftermath FM.
We are going to be back on Saturday.
Do you have any news for Saturday? I mean, is this like all the news?
No, we have a lot of news.
Half the news, and then
yeah, we have still news there. Listen,
news can happen.
Things happen every day. But I mean, for me, it was very important, really, today also to show you, as we have discussed, the craziness of that new statue. What has happened instead with the removal of Teddy Roosevelt statue? Because I mean, I find it crazy that they can remove a statue like Teddy Roosevelt and instead leave that monstrosity now as a new statue in front of the United Nations.
The Teddy Roosevelt statue in front of the Museum of Natural History is one step closer to being removed. Video from the Upper West Side today shows the controversial statue being covered.
This is so they consider that a controversial statue, while instead the statue that I've showed you earlier on in the show, which is now in front of the United Nations, is for them the new norm.
It's like when they put Moloch at the Colosseum.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, they prefer Moloch at the Colosseum, they prefer Pachamama, they prefer all kinds of monstrosity. They have another monstrosity in Milan, I don't remember. Right. This is the new monstrosity in front of the United Nations building in New York. I mean, they are literally invoking the Antichrist and hoping that he shows up in time for the demented end time scenario, in which, by the way, they will be punished. They will be punished. Somebody sent me a picture of my trilogy in English. This should make happy my English publisher, Brad Olsen. Confessions of Illuminati Volume 1, 2, 3. Volume 2, by the way, I talk about the virus in 2020 and how you will be all locked up. It came out in 2015. Also, don't forget that we have volume 6.66, volume 5, volume 4. These books are very important. Volume 6 in particular is very important.
That's the most best-selling book that you wrote.
The most best-selling book. And we are really, and somebody reminded me also, the Gates of Hell, Rodin at the Quirinale. That was another event of importance that is like, these kind of events, they are seemingly looking artistic, but in reality, they're not. I'm going to show you the Gates of Hell that from the middle of October characterized. I'm going to show it. It's crazy how they are literally trying to promote Moloch, Satan, the gates of hell, and all this without the Vatican saying anything. Sorry, I was trying to find the.
Well, look at what they're. I wonder if they're going to do some crazy kind of nativity like last year.
The nativity at the nativity at the Vatican was definitely pretty.
But did you see what did they put?
No,
that
they haven't put it out yet.
Last year it was aliens.
Yeah, this year, who knows? I mean, this, for those who don't know, was the beginning of the vaccine passport, like the mark of the beast in Italy, and this is the gates of hell, the gate of hell, basically. That from the 15th of October is this exhibition dedicated to hell at the official residency of the Italian Republic President. Gates of hell. I mean, it's crazy. They are completely insane. But it's not happening, as you see, in Italy with Moloch. Of course, Moloch, you have to bring human sacrifices to Moloch. And there were a lot of human sacrifices after Moloch showed up at the Colosseum. Then we have the gates of hell to sign up the fact that from now on you are receiving the mark of the beast. You have the beast of the apocalypse in front of the United Nations. You had Pazuzu a few years back placed in London. And I guess that it's really getting increasingly satanic. It's getting increasingly satanic. So at this point, I put on the music for saying bye-bye.
Everybody have a nice dinner.
Okay, have a nice dinner. For those who are following us from Europe in the middle of the night, early times of the morning, have a good breakfast. Because so if you're transmitting like this, Christy, you have to say good morning, good afternoon, good night. They're following us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
To everybody.
To everyone.
Tout le monde. Take care.
Tutto il mondo.
Leo Zagami and Christy Zagami with the Leo Zagami Show. And remember, guys, all this is possible thanks to our donations, which can no longer, we can't receive any longer donations through PayPal. Remember this. Remember, the only way is now Cash App. Cash App. It's Cash App. Here it is. Let's put it on the screen.
Stay safe, everyone. God bless you. What is it ring?
Oh.
Bye. We have to go together.
Okay.
That's like...
From Palm Springs, California, you have followed the one and only Leo Zagami and his wife, Christy. Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.